Welcome to the Windows and Computer channel, and this is kind of a discussion I've had. We always have comments on the channel. We always have people talking about their impressions of what Windows is all about and what's the future and so on. I've seen a lot of people post, well, Windows is gone. Microsoft doesn't care about Windows anymore. And of course, a lot of people mentioning, well, Windows is expiring in 2025. There's nothing else after that. There's not going to be any other Windows. And of course, the speculations of Windows 11 or 12 or whatever. And of course, there's a lot of talk also because people notice that new features and all of that is kind of slowing down. There's not a lot happening actually. And that's where and all of that, people are speculating all sorts of things. The first question about Windows not being important to Microsoft anymore is not true. Microsoft Windows is still the second most money maker, the second biggest money maker that Microsoft has. It is something that is, the cloud and cloud services are now really big, but the Windows is still big. We don't have exact numbers on Windows. They never tell us Windows is generating this amount of money. But when you look at Windows devices and all of the big package of that, when you start looking at what's around it and remove all the money that they're probably making, Windows is still probably racking in at least, we think, between $6 and $8 billion per year to Microsoft, if not more, and that's a lot of money. And so what happens is that when you look at those numbers, you realize that Windows is still something important. And the other thing that you got to remember is that Windows is a product for enterprise. We all, a lot of people have a PC at home with Windows on it, and we have the impression, well, this is cool, Windows for consumer. And yeah, but the majority of Windows users are not the consumers at home. The majority of the machines, when they give that 1 billion number, the majority of that billion number is actually machines that are in companies, enterprise. That's where Windows is shining, really. So that is something to think about. There is still a future in Windows because it's still racking in a lot of money, and enterprise is using it. And as long as enterprise keep using Windows, that's going to continue, and Windows is going to continue. No, there's no Windows 10, 12 or 11 or whatever. That is not the case. Windows is now in a new direction. It's called Windows as a Service. It's updated regularly. That is a new way of doing things. I still see people saying, well, when are they going to finish Windows 10? It's not going to be finished in a sense because it isn't like Windows 7 or the past Windows. It's not a version that, okay, well, now it's complete. That doesn't work like that anymore. That's an old way of thinking and doesn't work like this. The aspect of Windows slowing down in new features, that is obvious. We've seen that in the last year. We didn't get much in terms of new features. We also see that there was a small cumulative update in October for the October 2020 update. We know that there's probably going to be another small cumulative update with not much in April or May of this year, which will be the 21H1, and that will be the next version of Windows. And it is interesting because, yes, that's telling us there's not a lot happening right now, but it's not because they're not working on it. We know that the second half of this year, we're going to have a really big change with the Sun Valley user interface changes, colors, menus, and so on. It's just that they're working on different aspects of the operating system, including Windows 10X. Part of the team of Windows is now in Windows 10X right now, so that actually slows down the development of Windows 10 for sure. But we will see some changes and we will see some new features, and Windows is going to be here in 10 years. It's just going to be we'll see where we're going to be at that point. It all depends on PC. And remember that PC sales in 2020, for the first time, went really up by a big margin. That is also going to boost Windows in a way. So, that's something that you have to look at. Now, a lot of you have been asking, saying, well, do you think Windows is going downhill? Do you think that, it's not as good as it was? Or honestly, it's not, for me, it's not going downhill. It's okay that there's maybe a pause in new features, because I think the majority of people don't really care about them. Enthusiasts do care about them. That's the thing. It's the enthusiasts are the guys and the people that really want to have some of the new stuff. But honestly, I find Windows 10 to be quite nice in the way it is right now. But yes, there needs to be improvements in the user interface. There needs to be improvements in some of the features, and we all know that there's inconsistencies within the operating system that need to be also addressed. So there are going to be some changes for sure, and there needs to be some. But overall, Windows 10 is a very solid, very good operating system, and it works well. But it does have a future, and Microsoft will continue working on that for sure, because that's the way it is. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.